Welcome to Subramani. One question which people have been asking me is, Subra, you talk so much. What do you do? So I thought I will, within the framework of value investing, I'll tell you what I do, or I'll tell you what has worked for me. I have no clue whether it will work for you. I have no clue whether it will work for my daughter, right? I'm sure it would have worked for my father, but my father was not so. My father was an investor. He did not think why he was investing. So I'll go through all the value investing norms and say, okay, first of all, one thing I've learned is to look at a share or a stock as a business, not as just something which will go up and go down. So when I look at a business, I say, will this make money? Will this business model make money? Whether if it's a hospital, how will it make money? So I have invested in the past in Apollo Hospital. I no longer hold a significant number of shares. I used to be an investor in Narayana Hridayalaya. I have got out of both of them right now. But the question to ask was, will people go to a corporate hospital? The answer was yes. People had to go to a corporate hospital. To me, the prices didn't matter, but when the run-up was too much, I did exit. Will I buy them? Yeah, again, maybe yes, but again, the value investor trap that I have got myself into, I may take a little more time before I re-enter. Now, question to ask is, how many of these business models work? For example, Indigo is a good business model. You got 55% market share. So will it work? Yes, it will work. But is it making money? No. Is it true that it will make money in the longer run? I don't know. Given the price sensitivity, one day it will make money, but whether we will be around, I still hold Indigo. And let me first, as a pre-warning, tell you that all these shares are some shares which I've bought in the past, still holding, sold. I don't go short, so yeah, I can't say any share I've shorted. So that's how. So first of all, I look at that. Second, do I have a long-term horizon? Yes, the answer is yes, a long-term horizon. So there is something like a Colgate for which I paid maybe 1,200 or 1,000. Actually, okay, give you the exact number, 1,250, and now I get 1,60,000 in that as dividend, same share. Right, so 50 shares were bought at 1,250, I think 78, 79, 77 to 79. I'm not sure about the exact date. There were 50 shares, and today the dividend is 1,60,000. How did this happen? It happened in the long run. When my dad bought Colgate, because it was his money and he applied. Did I know that I will be holding it for, say, 20, 45 years? No, but what happens is you keep looking at the quarterly results and say, okay, is it doing well? And the answer is yes, it's doing well. Then you just keep holding. Could I have sold that and bought P&G? Could I have sold that and bought more HUL or something like that? Maybe yes. There were points in time when I could have sold one Colgate to buy two HUL, and then you reach a stage when you could have sold one HUL and bought two Colgates. So if you do a comparative valuation, maybe there were better shares. In absolute terms, is it a good share? Yes. Has it beaten the Sensex? Yes. So that's what you look for in the long run. So yes, holding good shares in the long run helps. And here one thing which helped me was taking losses very quickly. If I bought a share and I was making losses, I sold it. So therefore, holding in the long run means taking your losses very quickly. So that is one thing which I am very proud of, because I do take my losses don't become too big. I cut my losses very quickly. Very many people let their losses run and book their profits. I do the reverse. That I am proud of. Do I treat the servant as my master or as my servant? I am not too much worried about the market, because I believe in the theory that if you want to see where a dog and a man are going, where a dog and a master are going, you have to see what the master is doing, not what the dog is doing. The dog will go up, go down, sniff here, sniff there, and if it is not on a leash, it may stray quite a bit from the master. But the master takes the same route every day when he is walking his dog. So if you want to watch, so what am I saying? I'm saying the master is the business, The dog is the share price, so it will go up, down, anything could happen. Like recent example is Fortis. There's a Supreme Court order saying something, so the markets have beaten it down by 20%. If you are a shareholder of Fortis, should you buy more? Should you panic? Should you sell? Should you get out? It's a question which is very difficult to say now, because you will be judged by time over a longer period of time. So today you may say, okay, I bought the share at 55 rupees, today it is 310, or maybe it's been down to 270, let me sell out and go, because I'm still booking a lot of profit. 6 months later, if the price is 500, you would say, oh God, I should not have panicked, I should have held on. We will continue to judge ourselves based on results. That's horrible, because you have to judge yourself on the basis of process. So if you have to judge yourself on the basis of process, you have to treat the servant like the market like a servant and not like your master. One more thing which people say is, I need so much of return. The market is not obliged to give you return. So get that fact very clear. Do I make mistake in share price buying? Of course I make mistakes. So be ready for that. Be ready to buy a very small percentage initially, maybe just 1000 shares or 2000 shares, and then seeing how it works. Know that you could have made an error in finding out about the business. Even worse, you could have made a mistake in the pricing. But pricing mistakes are not so bad after all, because if the price does not come down, you're well off. If the price does come down and you're convinced about your research, then you don't worry too much about that, right? You say it's okay, I will, if the price goes lower, I'll buy, and if it goes higher, I have more conviction, I'll buy more. So be willing to buy up and down depending on the requirement of your portfolio. So let's say you have a 10 crore portfolio, you make some commitment of say buying at least 20-25 lakhs, right? If you have a 10 crore portfolio, you will not buy 10,000. You will buy at least 20 lakhs, 25. 20 lakhs is 2%, right? So then you will go to 5%, you will go to 10%, and you will do portfolio sizing. Maybe once it reaches 15%, you may start doing trimming, because you need to do that also. So don't worry too much about price. If you are convinced about the business model and how it is working, quality of management, then price is, well, it's just an indicator. You just go buy some shares, market territory, like a tiger would, and then decide that okay, you will buy up and buy down. You will not eat everything on the same day. I keep giving people this example. If I show you a good idli shop, you go and eat 2 idlis, then one day you go with your wife, then one day you go with your children, one day you go with your friends, and you keep eating 2 idlis, and maybe over 250 visits you have eaten 500 idlis, but you don't eat 500 idlis on day one. So depending on your capacity for eating idlis, depending on how frequently you go, how close it is to your house, and how many people you have willing to come with you, you will consume idlis, maybe 200, 500, 5,000, 50,000 over a lifetime. Exactly how you could be buying shares. I'm not saying you should be. You could build a position quickly or slowly, depending on how cooperative the market is. And if the market goes up too fast, let's say you bought some share at 700 rupees, and in 6 months it goes to 1400, 1500, you realize that this is not going to sustain. You either stop buying, or you say, okay, I'll sell and wait for the correction. This depends on you. So right, so don't worry too much about price. Price is just an indicator as of today. Tomorrow it could change, the business model could change, anything could change. So don't worry too much about the price. And yes, you will definitely make mistakes, and I made enough mistakes, right? Talk to people. That's more sensible than doing a lot of research, right? Look at the balance sheet, yes, but talk to the guy who's actually doing the research. So today when I talk to my broker or his assistant or somebody, and I say, look at the share, so he asks or she asks me, what do you think? And I don't think. I stop thinking. I'm just doing a courier boy job. I'm giving you this information. Based on this, you come out with your research, and based on that, I will decide, because I'm not capable of doing research. It requires too much of diligence. I used to do at a younger age. Now I know whether that boy or girl has followed the process. So if I click, and I can sometimes find a page not found, so I know I need to speak to somebody else. I don't actually do the research anymore, right? So let's go back to what Buffett says. Do I worry about losses? Again, I have a story. Permanent loss of capital, yes, it's very scary. I lost last time I lost permanent loss of capital was perhaps I not getting out very quickly in the ADHG group. So somewhere maybe I've lost money. Otherwise, all my stories are very, very old. Pateja Forging, Shan Interval, Indiana Dairy. You wouldn't have even heard of these companies where I lost money. I've not lost money recently, not in a big way at least, because like I said, I book my losses very quickly. In fact, I've been very unlucky that when I met the promoter, I got carried away. So one important thing today is when I meet the promoter on a Monday, I don't take a decision till next Monday. Time helps you get over all that fantastic food and fantastic talk that promoters give you, and bad price, right? So I would rather have bad food and good price. So I have postponed my reaction time, and that has helped. So no close promoters, anybody comes and I'm going to be far away. So that has stopped hurting me. Yes, of course it has hurt me in the past, but it has stopped hurting me. It's a very important learning for me. So what am I worried about? I'm worried about permanent loss of capital, not volatility. So I keep saying when I'm flying, I've experienced a lot of turbulence, but fairly obvious, you're seeing me, so I've not experienced a crash. It is crash which should worry you, not volatility. Prices will fluctuate. There will be turbulence. There is once while traveling from Bombay to Delhi, there was so much turbulence that the plane was forced to land in Ahmedabad, right? And then it stayed for some time there and then refueled, and when we flew to Delhi. So these things do happen. There will be always turbulence, but there's not been there's a crash. So I keep saying 1 in 500 flights could have turbulence, and 1 in a million flights could crash. So I haven't gone to the 1 in a million to worry about. So no, for volatility doesn't worry me. Permanent loss of capital does. I'm shit scared. So I realized after the Ambani experience that permanent loss of capital happens when the promoter does not add value to the institutions, to the shareholders. He will not add value to you. So thinking that these guys will add value to you, big huge mistake. One thing is certain, whatever you say, whatever happens in the market, good shares revert to value, right? You buy it for whatever reasons, but ultimately if TCS can go to US and deliver, and the dollar goes to or the rupee goes to 82, 83, I'm talking in September 22, then surely the TCS will continue to deliver. So if the basic business model is right and everything is favorable, prices will mean revert. There is no doubt about that. Will the index mean revert? Yes, absolutely, no doubt about that. So well, these are some of the what I thought was I would talk about how I invest based on the value investing map, and this is what I do. And I very strongly believe that talking to two people who are actually doing work is more useful than all the research that you can do with armchair searching on Google. That's not really research. Research is somebody has to read the balance sheet properly and work. So to me, talking to an analyst who could be a young 25-year-old who looks at it regularly on a, well, at least on a quarterly basis or maybe even more frequently is far more important than the armchair research which I do, which is completely useless. So today I'm more a courier boy of information, getting it out of these young kids who do a lot of research. I don't. Thank you.